Hello everybody, welcome to another video, and today we're going to be talking about the new 2023 Toyota Sequoia. And it's been about 15 years since the last Toyota Sequoia came out, and that's like such a long time. Just for reference, I was in like the first or second grade when the last Toyota Sequoia was renewed. And today they made a new one, and let's just get right into it, starting with the exterior. So going over the general styling, it looks a lot like a Toyota Tundra. The front does have a noticeably smaller grille than the Tundra, which makes it look a little cleaner, a little less of that big gaping maw that's on the current Tundra. And I think it looks a little bit better. The headlights are the same as the Toyota Tundra as well. And it looks like on the bottom of the bumper they have some air curtains and as well as some LED lights. Moving towards the side area, we can see some inspiration from vehicles like the Sienna and the Highlander. Of course, it doesn't look exactly like them. It's a bit bigger, of course, and boxier. But you can see some similar elements, such as the flared out rear fender area, and the way the taillights curve around the rear, which kind of is reminiscent of the Sienna, in my opinion. And overall, it looks perfectly fine in my opinion. It's not, too good looking or anything. It's just it's a big SUV. It is what it is. And moving to the back, it's what you expect. You got your LED taillights. They're sequential from what I've seen when looking at the B-roll. You have some plastic on the bottom area of the bumper, probably for some protection and stuff like that. Sequoia is spelt out in those bold letters. And also, if you notice, the Toyota logo is blue because of the hybrid technology that comes standard with this vehicle, which I'll get into shortly. And last but not least, there's going to be a rear lip spoiler on there, and it just looks pretty good in my opinion. However, I think that the best looking one is the TRD Pro. I like the light bars, the blacked out wheels, the Toyota lettering on the front, and I think on the interior it also gets Toyota spelled out on the dashboard as well. It just looks really clean. Got some other goodies in there, and I think it just does a better job at looking at the TRD Pro than even the GR Sport Land Cruiser. And I think this is just a better overall in terms of looks than the LX and the Land Cruiser, in my opinion. So in the interior, a lot of it is copy and paste from the Toyota Tundra, which is pretty good to be honest, because the Toyota Tundra has a pretty good interior, pretty modern and updated, and also copying a lot of design elements from the exterior and also the interior also help it to save cost. And as we know, this is probably going to be a pretty expensive vehicle, so if you can pass on some of the savings to the consumer, hopefully, it's all good in my opinion, as long as the product itself is good, but it seems to be overall, it looks to have like a kind of a better build quality to the Tahoe in your Suburban. And honestly, I think that this interior is better than the Land Cruiser in my opinion. It just looks a lot better. But you're gonna have your 12-inch digital screen, which is bigger than what we're gonna get on the LX. I don't know how Lexus is getting away with having an 8-inch a digital screen on $100,000 vehicle. But it is what it is. We're going to get that new 14-inch touchscreen. It's probably going to have an 8-inch standard on the lowest trim. And again, I like this better than the LX, which has that dual screen setup. And I think it just cheapens the look for that vehicle, in my opinion. It looks like a 10-year-old Infiniti with like a big touchscreen. Actually, it looks like a modern Infiniti because like they're still doing the exact same things for like a lot of their vehicles. Other than like the QX60, but that's a different video. Another thing I like about this interior set, the buttons are where they need to be, so you don't have to be reliant on the touchscreen. For a big example is like a Tesla. Buttons are where you need to be, dials are where they need to be, and it should be easy to use even with this new 14-inch touchscreen in there. But again, a lot of it's like the Tundra, so if you know the Tundra interior, you know this. But let's get into like the second row and stuff like that. So the second row passengers get bench seating or captain's chairs, depending on which trim you go with. So either of these recline or fold down. And as you can see in these photos, like, it doesn't go down all the way. Like, it's not folded flat when you fold down these seats. But they try to give you an illusion that it folds flat. I'm not sure why they couldn't address that with these new vehicles. That's probably a flaw I have. But it probably takes away some of the cargo space. But it is what it is. The third row passengers will also get a reclined back seat with available power folding as well. One thing Toyota talked about with storage was the sliding third row with adjustable cargo shelf system. It's basically allows the third row to slide 6 inches with adjustability range, and the third row can also fold down, as I said before, to complement, to have different positions, and it's not flat, as I said before. And you also have a removable shelf that can be set in a bunch of different positions as well. But that's enough of the interior. Toyota definitely improved on it, in my opinion. It looks really good. But let's get into the powertrain. All Sequoias are going to feature this new twin-turbo V6 hybrid iForce Max setup. And this is going to produce 437 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque. And it's interesting how they went with the hybrid technology, which is pretty good because it's going to be class-leading probably. In terms of the base power, and you're going to get a little bit better fuel economy. The only thing I'm really worried about with having this setup standard is going to be the entry level price, but we'll have to see as that time gets closer. And as we know, it features an electric motor within the bell housing between the twin turbocharged engine and the 10-speed automatic. And this engine, the electric motor, generates 48 horsepower. So the Sequoia will be offered in two-wheel drive and a part-time four-wheel drive on the SR5 Limited, Platinum, and Capstone grades. And the TRD Pro will only be available in four-wheel drive. So the system has a transfer case which is controlled on the center console. And you can select between two-wheel drive and 4 high and 4 low. If you're in a snowy parking lot, you'll definitely be able to conquer that with this. So it does have some off-road capability if you do go on trails and stuff like that. But personally, I would never let it see some hardcore stuff like many people talk about. But anyway, this is going to have the same body-on-frame platform that the LC300 and the LX600 has. And the engineers, they did a similar thing with the Land Cruiser. They were able to improve rigidity and ride comfort, also reduce a little bit of weight by using new welding technology, and helps reinforce the vehicle as well. In terms of suspension, the Sequoia will have an independent front suspension and also a new electronic steering wheel system. Toyota also mentioned that a multi-link system is employed in the rear. It's kind of confusing because isn't independent rear suspension the better option? So it kind of seems like a downgrade or some cost cutting. You also have air suspension and adaptable variable suspension, which will help with if you're towing and ride comfort as well. And speaking of towing, the Toyota offers a 9,000 pound maximum towing capacity. If you watch my prediction video, I said like 7,000, 7,500, and Toyota completely blew that out of the water. And Toyota's making the best use of that iForce Max engine and also the new Tundra platform in order to increase the towing capacity by a lot. And for reference, Car and Driver said that's 600 pounds more than the Chevy Tahoe, but less than the Ford Expedition and the Jeep Wagoneers. So in terms of the drive modes for this vehicle, you're going to get Eco, Normal, and Sport. With the air suspension, if you option that in, you're going to get Comfort, Sport, S, and a custom mode as well. And basically what the Sport does is just basically makes the electric motor instantaneously responds to throttle input, so you're going to get a little bit of extra torque or a more quick response off the line. And in regards to load speeds in general, the electric motor does most of the works at speeds below 18 miles per hour. And then after that, the gasoline engine is going to assume the primary option in terms of power delivery, which is pretty much standard, it's expected. This vehicle also has a tow and haul mode, which basically makes the iForce Max system work in tandem with the electric motor, just providing more acceleration and torque for those towing. Finally, let's get into the packages and stuff like that for this vehicle. So the SR5, you're going to get an 8-inch screen standard, Toyota Safety Sense 2.5, moonroof and heated seats. You're also going to get the 12.3 digital cluster standard and also a panoramic view monitor. If you go to the SR5 Premium package, that's when you get the 14-inch screen with wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. You're going to get the power third row, hands-free liftgate, soft tech seats, and also 120-volt outlets. You can also option in the TRD Sport package, which is available on the SR5. And what this package does is that you're going to replace the 18-inch wheels for 20-inch wheels. It comes with some Bilstein shocks, TRD springs, TRD accents, and stuff in the interior. And the next one is the TRD Off-Road package, which is more for off-road oriented use. And on the SR5 4x4, so you need the all-wheel drive system. You get a selecting locking differential, multi-terrain select, downhill assist, crawl control. You get a multi-terrain monitor. You get TRD tuned springs, and then they paint the front axle drive shaft red. Inside, you're going to get some similar treatment. Aluminum gas brake pedals, red TRD push button start, and you're also going to get some unique 18-inch alloy wheels. Now, from the SR5, you can move up to the Limited, and that will feature the 14-inch touchscreen, heated ventilated seats with memory, heated steering wheel, power folding third row, hand-feel tailgates, and you also get standard second and third row manual sunshades. On the Limited, you can also get the TRD off-road package, which is basically the same as the SR5. And then from there, you can move up to the Platinum. So it's this one is more creature comfort focused. Heated and ventilated in the front, seats in the front and second row now. Second row captain's chairs. 14-speaker JBL premium audio system. Considering this is going to be a $60,000 vehicle, I'm surprised you can't get the JBL sound system in the previous two trims, because I feel like that would be pretty important to buyers in this price range. You get the standard panoramic moonroof, standard heads-up display, LED headlights and taillights are added, along with sequential turn signals. You also get rain-sensing wipers as well, and wireless charging. The next is the TRD Pro, and you get the standard second row captain's chairs, heated steering wheel, TRD accents everywhere, digital hauling capacity. You get Fox shocks, a 1/4-inch aluminum skid plates, the crawl control, the downhill assist, the Toyota embroidered in the grille with the light bar, and you also get the 18-inch wheels, and you also get a dual exhaust tip. So a lot of it is going to be the appearance package and also a bunch of off-road features, and it's probably going to be pretty similar to the Limited. And capping this off, you're going to get the capstone, and the capstone is going to get some chrome accents, standard 22-inch chrome wheels, power running boards, semi-alkaline leather. You're going to get some American walnut on this, LED mood lighting and stuff like that. And it's the only grade to feature acoustic glass as well. Again, which is, you would think that would be on lower trims considering the price and the premium stuff that they're going for. But again, I don't really make the packages. And that pretty much wraps up the Sequoia. I would probably take this over the Land Cruiser if it were sold in the United States. I would take this over the Lexus LX, in my opinion. I would take this over the Chevy Tahoe and the Suburban and the GMC version as well. I'll take this over the Armada. I think Toyota did really well here, and I think it should be good for a few years when we see another redesign in 2035. So thank you for watching. Tell me your thoughts about this Toyota Sequoia down in the comment section below. I'm at like 112 subscribers, so if we can get to 120, that would be awesome. And have you guys to thank for the 112 I already have. And also check out my Honda HR-V video, which is pretty cool. So thank you for watching. Have a good one.